Hi guys, good afternoon. Today we have Arul and Alashim again with us. Let's have a small discussion on AR and VR. As we all know, AR is augmented reality and VR is virtual reality, right? So let us talk about our experiences in that technology, right?
Okay.
Arul, what is your closest experience with AR?
So my closest experience with AR is Pokemon Go game
Mm-hmm.
mostly. When they actually launched it, I don't think they had the feature.
Mm-hmm.
But lately, I saw an ad where Pokemons were uh, integrated into the objects that are in the real world. So let's say if there is a pot there, right, with
Mm-hmm.
a tree,
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon may pop out of the pot.
Oh, nice.
So those things made it very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my closest experience actually. Otherwise, I have not used much.
Great, great.
So in
And
my
Malla?
case, so I've seen augmented reality being used in education space. So there are a lot of companies that work in cue cards and game play-based game sets, teaching STEM through play-based systems, where they are taking the board games or interactive play to next level, where one card will have QR code. You scan the QR code. So if you want to see a steam engine as a photo, the moment you scan a QR code, you can use the space to have a full size view of the same steam engine. So you can have broken down version of it
Mm-hmm.
where you can see the internal components in real world. So this can be taken to VR as well, but I feel this is one step closer in terms of cost, because I'm not sure any every school can accommodate to buy one VR, but in AR everybody has a smartphone nowadays.
Right.
So with simple tech, we are able to visualize the 3D objects in the 3D space. So I
Right.
feel AR has a very good future in education.
Exactly. So, about 5 years ago, right, all our smartphones didn't have AR capability. Like you said, when Pokemon Go had come, I think only the advanced flagship phones had that capability. But now, even the low budget mobiles have that capability, right? So, I've been in AR VR space for almost 3.5 years now. So, how do you think this can be used for education? So what I've worked with is mainly collaborative spaces where we get people from different segments. They can be across the globe into one room through virtual avatars, and we help them analyze products, have a three-dimensional graphs, to analyze and make it more interactive basically. So how do you think we can use that for education, or how have you heard of any examples where they've already used for education?
So as I mentioned, one of the example is a company that does curriculum design and they create game-based, play-based, interactive medium to teach STEM. So they're using it for using AR for that. VR I've hardly seen being adopted in Tamil Nadu. They might have tech for it, but content for VR is very much less in education space. Whereas I feel when we take commercial projects, maybe as an experience center or walkthroughs. So people used to make 2D drawings. So then advancement of computers gave you 3D drawings.
Mm-hmm.
So now people want to go through the spaces that they're building. So
Mm-hmm.
I have seen VR being more got into the architecture and interior spaces, interior designs. But education right now it is in the AR space. It will take, that is even in the they are in the early adoption stage. It hasn't reached the mass. AR
Mm-hmm.
hasn't reached the mass education space. So it will take some time for AR to reach penetrate. Then I think it will become a VR powered classrooms. So right now, a lot of classrooms are smart classrooms. They have internet. Content can come from any part of the world. So next level, it will take some time.
So talking about AI for education, recently I came across this, more like a real sort of thing, wherein this teacher has designed a T-shirt, right? It has the overlay of the skeletal system, muscular system, and the nuclear
Muscular.
nervous system. So the T-shirt is worn by one student. Phone is focused on the T-shirt, and then you can segregate the skeletal, structural,
Part by part.
part by part, and then it shows the process working in animation.
Okay.
So, what do you think about that?
Something like that. We used to have 3D models, and if you go to botany or zoology lab, no, they used
Mm.
to have 3D models of everything. And I have seen 3D model of a lung where each part by part you can open and see how deep it goes, what each part means. So I think those things are now made digital. It's easier to access. But still, the touch and feel is something the field might be missing.
Right.
But this is much better. I think uh, cost wise, effort wise, I think this is better than making a 3D model. And from my past experience, I have also seen. So we had a research project. Me and Allah worked for a paper industry. It was something related to safety related research project we had done, and those are big paper machines. 300 400 people will be working on one single machine. It's that big and that large. A lot of safety accidents happen there. So there also these industries have training materials for you. They will ask you to watch videos on, okay, how to be safe, what are the safety protocols to be followed. But what we thought in that time, one of our solution was also to have a AR or VR based training module where these guys can actually go into the machine in the virtual world to see what is safe and what is unsafe and learn from them, because there are lives at risk there. So those plays, and one of my friend is also he has a gaming company, and he also does this work, creates a lot of training material for people in manufacturing industries. This is picking up there. With education, I don't know how. See, I used to think things like physics, right? Physics book and all. If you see so many concepts, I don't understand at all. People used to draw diagrams of it and say, okay, this works. This is how it works. No idea how it works. So for things like that, I think this AR VR thing should be great.
So in short term learning, I feel it may not, you are understanding the basics, you're understanding structure of a bioorganism. So in that particular context, I feel uh, visual input is enough. The sensory, I think 2 or 3 ways of learning. One is by all your senses, like visual and sound. The second level is touch based sensory learning. So I think they were practicing the touch based sensory learning. For a content learning, I don't think you need touch based sensory learning. Your visual exploration is enough. When it goes to practice, when you practice medicine, when you go into surgery, when robotics are there, it makes sense. But to have some sort of empathy, I feel touch and feel is still needed. This can be an assistant. VR assistant can help with robotic surgery, but I'm not sure it can replace the human part of it, the touch and feel and the judgment call based on your touch and feel input. I don't think it can be replaced through VR right now. Maybe in the future it can have, like there is a game called Ready Player One, a Steven Spielberg movie. In the future you might have suits that can give you the real touch, feel, everything.
Right, right.
But right now, still human sensory input is needed for learning.
So talking about the medical industry, there was recently a study, or actually I think they're testing it out right now. So all your MRI scans and all that, they convert that into a 3D object and send it to doctors across the globe. So you don't need a specialist from, let's say, US or UK to fly down here just to check your body.
Okay.
So
There's
this
a lot of cost.
saves a lot of cost, you know. And
I feel in that particular point, cost and making content democratically available, I think that is one major improvement. So when Arul was saying the solid model was there and you dissect to understand what is inside, I don't think everybody can afford to buy the mannequin or the breakdown parts, physical parts.
right.
When content is made at a common cost, the content doesn't change. The consumer is different, varying classes are different. So I feel the democratizing content availability is a huge differentiator for AR, utility of AR.
So, let's say now medical system is going to change or revolutionize. Talking about the same this thing, right? So you think the entire body can be scanned, so we can have a digitized three-dimensional version of ourselves, which we can always consult with different doctors. How would that seem in the future?
I think there is another series also available where your digital avatar is created, which has consciousness. Your entire body plus your like neural link is converted to digital avatar, where you have another world. Your consciousness that is there in the digital avatar also. So it's not just you are living here with a consciousness in the real space.
There also, so the consciousness is different. What you have in real
Because
world,
the space is different. Space can be simulated there. Your experiences are different. People are different. So consciousness evolves separately there. In real world, a consciousness evolves
Does
separately
it
here.
meet or join at a particular?
In that series, they explore that spaces also.
Okay.
It's an interesting series. I forgot the name, but it's available on Amazon.
Okay.
So
Feels scary.
it feels scary, but it's an interesting space.
Okay.
So there also they talk about democracy, like you connecting this to voting. So who can vote? Power of because you are present in both worlds.
So going forward, we might see a digital world rather than a real world.
It's already an augmented reality we have started seeing. I think maybe 3-4 generations later, I don't think there will be a huge difference between real and
real,
virtual world.
virtual
So
real.
the
One problem with this is, see, this I remember 10 years back or 12 years back, this was spoken worldwide, right? This is the next big thing, but still it's not the next big thing because you need more other hardware stuff.
Right.
I remember Meta has a product also, right?
Yeah.
Meta lens.
I think the cost of what each product is, it's not affordable yet to go into VR at all.
It's not for the mass market yet. It's more for the development. And
early adopters, it is there as a solution.
Right.
It is there.
That's what I like about Pokemon Go. It's like you have a phone and then at least AR you can
get a taste of
experience
that
it. Yeah.
experience.
Let's
Great,
see where it
guys.
goes.
Let's see. Thank you, Arul. Thank you,
Thank you.
Nalasham. Thank you all.